Hey folks, welcome to Market Technical Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leader in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Friday, September 5th, 2008. Well, today, folks, I can honestly say here at InTheMoneyStocks.com that today was one of the most volatile days I've seen this year. Absolutely out of control for most of the morning and early afternoon session before we settled into a nice uptrend in the afternoon, closing near the day's highs. And this is unbelievable because yesterday we had such a key possibility of a breakdown, and we talked about this yesterday in the video and said, you guys know we've been talking about the possibility of a move up maybe early next week or for a couple weeks starting next week, maybe Tuesday-ish or so. And we'd been talking about that for the last week or two because the calculations we had been doing had been showing that. And then we saw the massive sell-off yesterday and said, wait a minute, could this really be going on next week? And the key here yesterday in yesterday's video, which we discussed, and I'm going to show you this again on today's video, was whether or not we saw confirmation of the move down today in the markets, and if we reclaimed the 0.618 retrace or the powerful support line of about 1,243 on the S&P 500. That was the key level that we were watching for. And today, just the calculations, to show how accurate these are, take a look at what your S&P closed at, and we'll talk about that in a little while. But first, let's get right into this, because what a day again it was. All right, initially we got the unemployment number, folks, today at about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and that shocked the markets, okay? You can see it right here on my futures chart as I look at the ESU8 September '08 E-mini S&P 500 contract, and look at the sell-off that started here. Massive sell-off, one candle that just basically killed the futures, sending us down about 15 points on the futures. Right off of that, we started to rally back, and they brought the futures back almost to the pre-announcement levels, and you can see that right there. Also, note where that move went right up into. It went right up into the 50 moving average, this blue line on the chart, and that was the top, at least in the early morning session, right around 10 o'clock. Now, the 10 o'clock time frame is known as a key reversal time, and it worked out beautifully today, basically. As you can see, the market's starting to just sell off right here, a little before 10 o'clock, basically moving down to the lows of the day, which were right here, and then taking out the lows of the day again. And what's the beauty of this, folks? And we talk about this in so many videos because we constantly see it. It's how they move the market below a key breakdown line or a double bottom, making all the amateurs or all the weak money kind of just step out and say, you know what, this is going lower because it just broke down, and here you see that happening right here, only to rally it right back up within a candle or two later and start the rally on the markets. And when this rally started, folks, it was intense. All right, massive volume early in the day today, and you can see that here. All right, look at this volume here. We lightened up a little more in the afternoon, but just unbelievable, this amount of volume in the market, as we did almost 3 million contracts today. That's more volume than yesterday, and that's the most volume probably in, I don't know, we could estimate, but probably in a good 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks. We'd have to look back and see, and maybe we'll do that later in this video. But in any case, just the rally was pretty much nonstop. You had small pullbacks, but you never gave it up, and that was the exact opposite of yesterday. Yesterday, you had a tiny little bounce here, a tiny little bounce there, and as soon as we started to bounce, they slammed the market down again. So it just shows you the volatility of this week as we continue to remain neutral all week, and it really turned out to be a godsend, at least considering the craziness of this week, as it was a very volatile and risky week to trade in. Now, the key here, folks, is, again, I just mentioned the key level in yesterday's video, and I'll mention it again. We talked about the 1243 retrace level of 0.618. It seemed to us that a lot of things were pointing at the key there. We were above that right before the close, and they closed it really right on that level. They closed at 1242.31 within 0.69 points of that even number 1243, which is approximately the 0.618 retrace on the market. And we're going to go to the daily chart and show this, but that just shows you the level of expertise that my partner does in his calculations. He's by far the best out there, whether he's consulting for hedge funds or any type of funds or fund managers. His expertise never ceases to amaze me, and I have to congratulate him again on key levels in this market. He just continues to knock it out of the park. Almost 2 years now of doing this constantly ever since him studying, and he just continues to learn, become more accurate and better. All right, now let's flip to the daily chart of the futures, because you can see here the bottoming tail that we actually have here in the market now. Now, the key here, folks, is we don't necessarily know we're going to get that rally early next week, for the next couple weeks. We do not know that, and I want to make that so clear in this video. Monday will be a very key level in this market, because right now you have a key breakdown level as being right here at the lows. We cannot take out these lows. You take out these lows, this market's going down even further, okay? So watch this level, which was today's lows, and the key is, can we consolidate inside this bar that we created today from this point where my mouse is, or my cursor is right here, upwards of here or above, and can we have some candles maybe on Monday that do not break this low? All right, this market by no stretch is out of the woods, but again, as I've said, our technology and our calculations are pointing, and they have been, as I've mentioned over the past couple videos, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday next week, or even as early as Monday, I don't know, but are pointing to a possibility of that still. So, we have to give the market the benefit of the doubt. All right, got to give the market the benefit of the doubt here that the market, obviously sold off hard here. The futures were down as much as 20-plus points, only to rally all the way back and close up 4.5 points on the futures today. That's an immense reversal, all right? And you have to give the market the benefit of the doubt here, as this level will be very key. Now, again, we looked at this yesterday and said we don't want to take out this level and close below this level, otherwise that could signal a move down to these lows on the market from July, all right? We did take them out, and it sure looked like we were going to get slaughtered today again, and ultimately you closed back above it. You did not confirm the move down. Now, it doesn't mean we can't confirm that move down Monday or Tuesday, and that's why you got to just be a little cautious here, because we're not out of the woods yet. Again, we do anticipate a small bounce in this market, but that could be reversed if we do break these key levels come Monday, all right? It's very key that we continue to try and hold this 0.618 reversal, 0.618 retracement level in the Fibonacci sequence. And if we can hold that, then we continue to look for the upside. The fact of the matter was that we closed positive today, didn't confirm the downside, closed right on that 0.618 retrace, and it's all off the table. Whether or not we break down, we'll know more Monday. So Monday now becomes the focus of everyone to watch. Watch for the move Monday. If you can add on to the gains on Monday, it should bode well in the near term, and we'll analyze that again come Monday. Obviously, we're doing these calculations every day. Every day after the close, we're calculating to see if anything changes, and obviously we like to bring that to you ASAP in these videos after the bell. Alright, so nonetheless, let's take a look at the SPY. Same type of pattern on the SPY. Here's the lows that we were worried about retesting. Should we have confirmed the move down? Ultimately, you got down quite a bit, but you were able to rally off. The SPY closed up 45 cents. Or above the low from yesterday, which is key in my book. All right, and again, we watch for these key signals, obviously, and do multiple calculations to confirm our findings. And you can see, again, just the volume today, powerful, just unbelievable volume today, the last couple days, in fact. All right, now we continue to watch here on the downside. As I mentioned, you're going to watch for this point right here on the downside. That'll be very, very good support. You take that out, you're most likely going to retest these lows. On the upside, you continue to build up. You're going to start running into resistance right around this point right up here, which happens to be the 50 moving average, as well as the high from yesterday. All right, so that's the upside area where you're going to have to start to watch. After that, then you're now again looking at another resistance point of the 20, which will continue to move down into that 50, so it'll be a lot of resistance right in this area, a lot of resistance on the upside of this market. So now we're going to start to look. Do we see a continued move up? Is it just a consolidation? Is it going to set up for another breakdown maybe in a week or so? All of that is a possibility. We don't want to give too much ahead of schedule, because the key here is, folks, is that patterns and everything change on a daily basis. So obviously, we will continue to analyze this on a daily basis and give you the nearest term analysis, and that's the most accurate, as you guys know, obviously, as really our day ahead or couple day ahead technical analysis has been dead on for 2 years now. On the upside also, just to point out, guys, you still have the upper end of that channel to worry about. As I mentioned here, you also have a little of the downside area. Right here would be another area of resistance. So there are quite a few bits of resistance on the upside. You have this whole area in here to trade in, though, to possibly trade in over the next week or so, and we'll see if that happens. More again, the key here is Monday's video will give us a lot better insight based on what happens on Monday. You start to see a move up, well, then we're looking like that couple-week period of possibly moving up could be intact. If not, if we retest it, if we break these lows, then I'll doubt that and possibly look for the lows again. Nasdaq, let's talk Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq was really the weakest index out there, and I want to just touch on the indexes. Crazy day today. So Dow was up 33 points, Nasdaq was down 3 points, and the S&P was up 5.5. Now the Nasdaq continues to be weak, but nonetheless, Nasdaq getting into a little oversold situation here. You can see the bottoming tail-ish forming there, and again, same thing applies, folks, on this. Do we take out this low in the coming days next week? If you do, you have to anticipate a move down in this realm of the Nasdaq, okay? As long as we consider, then as long as we trade inside here, now you're looking at a possible resistance point right up in this range, around the 50 moving average on the upside. So it leaves this area right in here to trade inside, where you could be setting up for something of some future move next week. And again, Monday will give us a better insight into that. Alrighty. Just to touch base, folks, great day in the chat room. A lot of fun in these days in the chat room. We had the DSL was alerted here, and I alerted this whole chat room on this at right here at 39. I think I alerted it at 39, which was right around here, and we rode this up to about 275, from 239 to 275 in the chat. Fantastic mover, and these are just the small cap crazy plays in this market. You're gonna have them. It's fun. It makes it fun. There's also been a couple others, but we'll talk about those. Obviously, you join the chat. Come join the Swing Trade Alerts. Watch for the new website to launch. We're aiming for a week or two from next Monday. The Research Center is going to be top of the line analysis. You're all going to want to be on top of that. The videos will be on our website in the Research Center and so forth. All in all, great trading week, wild trading week. Next week, Monday's going to be key to set us up for the rest of the week. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you then.